Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle D, or Coach Danni D, and I help women to create luxury brands by creating processes and tightening their branding. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease and enjoy your life. My happy space is spending as much time as humanly possible in my pajamas. And I want to help others to find their happy space while still running profitable businesses. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello and welcome to the Profits and Pajamas podcast. I am your host, Coach Danni D, and I am here helping small business owners get to their work with ease lifestyle. Profits and Pajamas kind of started because I love pajamas. Everybody knows that about me. And I also love business, but I love the fact that I can run two successful businesses while spending most of my day in my pajamas, just, working from my laptop. I can work from anywhere, travel, all of those great things. And I want to share that with the world because we are often, taught about that grind mentality and that, being a small business owner means that you're working, 24/7 and there's never any off time and that your brain is supposed to be just constantly racing with ideas and everything else. So that's why it's important to me to bring this to the community. I understand that, we are as entrepreneurs, yes, we do have a lot on our mind. We do have, things that are going on, but there are ways to make these things a lot easier so that it's not constant. Yes, you have those 3 a.m. thoughts. That's gonna happen, but you shouldn't be, you know, burdened with that all of the time. You should be able to, walk away, shut things off, and know that your business is working for you. And that's what I teach my clients. I teach my clients how to do that, how to get their business to work for them, and how to get their business to fit into the life that they want. All right. So that's, in a nutshell, what the podcast is about, what I do with my clients. But today I want to talk to you about the importance of planning. So, this particular time of year for me is a planning season. I tend to start in the fourth quarter to plan for the new year. Um, One, wrapping up this year. What were my goals for this year? What did that look like? What did I accomplish? What is still on the table that I can do that last, final push to try to accomplish those things? And then what am I looking towards in the coming year? And I know a lot of people say, well, no, it's, January 1st. And, that's the date that people put out there. For me, I like to start working on preparing in the fourth quarter so that when January 1st hits, I'm already moving. I'm already um on track for what I need to be, doing and hitting those milestones for the first quarter. I'm not still trying to figure it out. And I shared on my social media recently, and I think I might have mentioned it in the last episode, that I did a business retreat day. So I'm gonna do one for both businesses as well as personal that are just purely focused on that. What things need to be worked on in the business and planning in the business. That planning and that thoughtfulness takes you so much further as a business owner. And, I just want you to really start thinking about how is my planning, whether it's, just that you're planning, but you're not going deep enough, or my lack of planning costing me in my business, because sometimes the reason why we're, busy and overwhelmed and, constantly thinking about things is because we haven't mapped it out and we haven't planned it. And that lack of planning has us always um, hyper vigilant in the moment, of trying to figure out, well, what am I doing, or panicking and all those different things. When if we take the time to plan things out a little better, it helps us in the long run. So, for example, I know a lot of you are balloon artists. When we go on jobs, we know ahead of time, I'm going on this job. These are the things that I need on this job. Um, and we, plan, prep, and, prepare those things. By doing that, we know that when we get there, that job is going to go smoothly because we have those things in place. The same thing is true on a bigger scale in your business. So we may plan that, but we're not necessarily planning, what is happening on a larger scale in the business. Or we may set goals, which is great. Every business should have goals and objectives. We may set goals and objectives, but we don't plan how to get there. So, I talk to business owners and say, okay, well, what are your goals for this quarter? Or what are your goals for this year? And, oh, well, I want to hit this dollar amount. I want to have this many sales per week or month, or, whatever that looks like. But then how are you going to get there? So we know the what, we know the by when, but then what is the how? And that's where planning comes in. Planning is the how. And that's another, service that I work with clients. A lot of my one-on-one clients are in my strategic planning program, where we're actually working through whatever the goal is, we're working through creating that plan to get there. So how are you going to get there? If you are trying to hit that six figures, are you just going to sit and wait and see what shows up? Or do you have, a breakdown of, okay, if I want to hit this, I need to do this, this many sales each month. Have you broken it down? And then once you've broken it down, which is the step that most of us stop at, what is your strategy to get there? So, if I need to have, five sales a month at 1,000 a piece to get to my monthly sales goal, then how are you getting that five? What are you doing to make sure that you're consistently getting that five? Are you looking at, what are my slow months and what are the opportunities there? How do I pull people in those months? For example, if you look at I want to say it's siding companies. I'm trying to think. I know it's like a popular commercial down here where, there's a certain time of year where the guys don't normally have work. And so that company has sales during that time of year. So their commercials will start running it. There's one down here that's like, put our guys to work, because they know during this season we're slow. So then they have a strategy to pull in business during that season. So I want you to start thinking about, am I planning? Am I planning? Because if you have a goal without a plan, it's really just a dream. We want to have a plan of execution so that we know that we'll get where we want to get. So, am I planning? Am I putting that plan together? And understand that by not doing that, you're doing it the harder way. And a lot of times you are, because you haven't thought it all the way through, you're doing double work, you're going back and forth. Um, I'm dealing with a vendor right now, and I'm trying to take my coach's hat off and just be a customer, but I'm just watching, like, every time I get an update, "Oh, we're gonna do this," and I'm just in the back of my mind thinking, "Well, these other things need to happen, and this order doesn't make sense." And that, is again, is planning, and, it's not mine to, sometimes you have to just take a step back. Um, but watching it unfold and watching what I know is about to happen because it's not being planned. It's just happening haphazardly. And your business has a lot of moving parts and pieces. So we need to be planning. We need to be planning. Um, we need to be aware as well. So the part of planning is research. We need to be aware of what's going on in our business. We need to know our numbers. We need to know, our up seasons and down seasons. We need to know all of that so that we can plan effectively. Because if we know that, let's say, November is a dead month, then maybe that makes us a little more ambitious in October because we know we're about to take a dip. Or maybe that makes us a little more creative about how we go after business in November. So start planning. Be a planner, get ahead of the game. Um and the other thing about planning is when you're prepared for what is coming, then it alleviates some of that anxiety, it alleviates some of your stress. So that gives you back your mind space and it gives you back time because it's all planned out and you don't have to worry about, trying to play catch up. You're ahead of that game. So go out and be a planner. Take some time and sit down and really think about what what the end of this year is going to look like, what the coming year is going to look like, and get ahead of that game so that you are more relaxed as you move forward. If you are, working towards a goal and you just don't know how to put that together as a plan, reach out to me. We can schedule a free consultation. We can talk, and um if it's right for you, we can get you into the strategic planning program where we can work one-on-one on how to get you to your milestones as it relates to your goal so that you're not just saying, I want to be this or I want to do this. Now we're actually putting action steps into practice to get us there. All right, that's what I have for you for this week. Um, I can't wait to get back with you next week. We're going to have a lovely guest that's going to be on our next episode. If you are new to Profits in Pajamas, go back and binge watch. I had a good friend say to me, I hadn't seen her in a little while, and she said, I've been listening to your podcast because I have to get my weekly dose of Coach Danny D. So get your weekly dose of Coach Danny D, but go back and watch and get some of the gems from some of the previous episodes so that you can be up to date and that you can start working towards that work with ease lifestyle. I will see you guys next week and have a great week. Thank you for listening to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with ease. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram. For more information about building your luxury brand, register for my upcoming luxury brand workshop at CoachDannyD.com.